Welcome to the Daily Plunge. We're in the book of Acts, chapter 19, verses 11 through 20. When we're reading through the book of Acts, and really a lot of the narratives throughout the Bible, it's really easy to just read the story and get the surface information, but not dig deeper. And this passage is a good example of that. We're told that extraordinary miracles are happening through Paul, and so much so that even handkerchiefs and aprons are being taken to the sick and bringing healing. And I think, one of the things to ask is, what are the small things that we do as believers in the name of Jesus, in the power of Jesus, that can bring healing to others? It might be a note letting people know that we're praying for them, bringing a casserole to try to express our love. There's lots of things that we can do that can bring healing to other people's lives in the name of Jesus. Now, after this, we're told that there were some Jews who were some folks who were trying to tap into the power of Jesus and using his name. And these 7 sons of Sceva, they're trying to cast out a demon, and the demon says, Jesus' name I know, and I know Paul, but who are you? And this one demon-possessed man jumps them and beats the snot out of them, and they didn't even leave with the shirt on their back. I mean, he stripped them down, and it's embarrassing. And one of the things that I would lift up is, do demons know your name? They know the name of Jesus, and they know the power of the name of Jesus. Do they know your name? Do they know that Jesus's name is upon your life? When we don't like to think about this, but to be a Christian is to rise up against the wickedness of this life, to live in opposition to the demonic powers of this world. Do the demonic powers know that you're part of the way of Jesus, or you just fit in? He goes on to say about how they use Jesus' name for their purposes, and I think about how often the name of Jesus is misused. When the name of Jesus is misused, if we call ourselves Christians and don't live in the power of Christ, in a way we're misusing it. And the thing is that when we have an empty and hollow Christian faith, we set ourselves up to get a thrashing by the devil, by the wickedness of this world. Now, one of the things that we read about is how after this, people are filled with awe, and the name of Jesus is now held in high honor. And do we believe that the name of Jesus has more power than the other names and powers that we tap into in our daily lives? These people, after they saw what happened, they openly confessed their sin. They openly confessed how they were living in wickedness against the will of God. And they recognized that these other sources of power, these magic books, these sorcery books, they threw into the fire, even though they had invested so much of their money and lives into it. What are the so-called magic books, or videos that we've invested in? Self-help books, superstitious things that we've collected around our house, horoscopes. Do we recognize these things do not have the same power as the name of Jesus? So I encourage you today and ask you, are you living in the power of the name of Jesus? Well, thanks, my friends. Have a blessed day.